Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in to today's Words of Wisdom. Today's is from February 23rd, and I quote, "Those who make an effort to control and govern themselves will be able to maintain and strengthen their spiritual power from the laws of secret." Thank you, Master. All right, I believe Master Okawa is teaching us one of the benefits of being studious or being diligent or tirelessly making efforts, the virtue of it, the merit of it. So going back to this laws of secret, Master has taught us that human beings are spiritual beings, and as spiritual beings, in a way, we can accumulate, like we have a bank of positivity and a bank of negativity, in my own words, right? Depending on how you live, you can like accumulate a wealth of positivity, or you can accumulate a wealth of negativity. And the more you accumulate the wealth of positive energy, what happens is that turns into something called Dharma power or spiritual power. And people who has this, one that's taught in this Kyoten is that they have the power to be able to expel evil spirits, which is such a prerequisite to living a happy life. It's so easy to be possessed by evil spirits. Please don't misunderstand exorcism as you watch it in the Western movies, like the horror movies, because it's not only devils that possess you. Like that's a rare case. It happens, but it's a rare case. Usually it's just an evil spirit or a stray spirit, a lost spirit, a spirit that doesn't know that it died, and it's in pain because they didn't believe in the afterlife, but they still exist as a spirit, so they're confused. And their confusion is a negative energy. And what happens is when they possess you, they amplify your negative thoughts, and they start attracting negative things to you even more. So you know, it's a prerequisite for living a happy life to be able to disperse evil spirits. But not only that, from my observation, like in the Sangha, in Happy Science, the group, it's such a wonderful group, you know. There's so many learning opportunities from like high priests and people who have been in this path for longer than you. And there's just so much to learn from these people. And what I've been observing is that people with spiritual power, they have great decision-making skills. I guess because they're always in control of the situation. They refine their speech, they refine their thoughts, and they always try to look at the perspective from many different views. They're very contemplative. They can calculate, kind of like foresee in a way how things will unfold into the future. And with all of this kind of like deep consideration, they make better decisions. And if you think about it, life is just a chain of decisions you make. Literally, Master has taught us that. Life is a chain of decisions you make. So if you make better decisions every day, that already equals a better life. So that's priceless, being able to have spiritual power to make right decisions or to be able to protect ourselves from negative spirits, to again being able to make better decisions, is gold. It's priceless. So then, making an effort seems tedious. And a lot of us, I'd say, aren't disciplined enough in the modern day because we're so distracted to I guess, access to like many different stimulants. That could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be your iPhone, these short clip videos, it could be games, betting on something, these kind of like gambling, right? Gambling, these kind of things like stimulants in life. But if you allow yourself to go that easy road, it kind of like melts your personality of diligence and you give up way too easily. So that's why being diligent is a discipline. The best form of diligence, I'd say, is reading books. It takes time and effort and concentration to read books. However, a book is like a refined source of intelligence. You see, on the internet, you can see anything. You can see people's like tweets, but that's like they just thought it and they just put it out there. right? It could be shallow and however, compared to a book, there's a lot of process for a book to be published. It's a refined source of intelligence or knowledge. And not only that, it's the most important part, I think, during the day is right when you're about to give up, giving yourself that extra push. So let's say that, all right, I read to this chapter, I'm done for tonight, but I will read another extra chapter. Or when I was in football in high school, my coach would always say, run extra 2 yards. So if there's like running practices, right? If it's a running practice of 10 yards, don't stop your full dash until you've gone 2 extra yards. Like that extra push, the plus alpha effort, we call that in Japanese. But that is when our souls become stronger and it becomes more diligent. And then eventually there's going to be a state where you feel that making an effort in itself is happiness. And being sluggish, that feeling is unhappiness. And the prior type of feeling, emotion, is the heart that leads to heaven. The latter, it can easily lead to hell. Master has recently published a book, and he talked about a new hell that he's discovered. Hell is being formed because the spiritual world is changing related to how this world manifests. So this new hell that's been formed recently is called the hell of sleep. So it's just like souls that are just always sleeping, and they have no energy and they have no will to do anything, right? It's like, just imagining a hell of people just sleeping on the ground. That's not a happy place, right? And apparently, if that hell exists, it means that those spirits can possess you. So, sleep is one of the 3 main worldly desires: food or drink, appetite, sex, and sleep, right? So we got to be careful that we're not diverting our paths to sluggishness or idleness. We always have to be diligent. And being diligent is actually happiness. It really is. It'll give you so much more satisfaction in life. It makes you feel that you're living your life. It gives you so much purpose to your everyday. The joy of learning at the end of the night, the feeling that, I've progressed this much, is such a profound happiness. So, yes, going back to kind of today's words of wisdom, but making an effort to control and govern ourselves is such a great way to increase our abilities. That is the end for today. Thank you very much for listening in, and see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.